getting ready to start the first game, and joining me in the commentary for this is Andrew Cairns, just legged it up from Greenside. Bit of sunshine, Andrew, now.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, Mel. Clouds are disappearing, there's blue sky. Can't believe it.
Yeah, and as I say, it's an hour or so ago, the place was absolutely pouring down with rain.
Yeah, we're very grim this morning when I opened the curtains. Looked very grey, very miserable.
Well, we're just waiting for they've all had the practice, and as I say, we've walked over the green, you and I, Andrew, and it is, very soft, very squelchy. It's going to be players are going to have to reach in the end today.
Yeah, they are. They've got to get it into their head that there's going to be very little finish in the bowls. However far the jack is, they've got to send the ball just as far, if not further. Just got to keep reaching. Obviously it's going to change as the day goes on, but certainly for the morning session, it's just going to be very, very pushy.
Yeah. Do you think, you've won this tournament, and I've been in final a couple of times myself. Do you think there's any advantage in where you go in the draw? We're seeing here now the crowd's pouring in, and a lot of movement around the green for the first two guys.
Yeah, there is. It's one of the problems you have first game on, people coming in late and walking on the green and looking at the bookies boards, etc. I think it actually depends on what type of a player you are as to where the best position in the draw for you is. Some people don't really bother about long waits between games. Some people like to be on and off and back on again, and it doesn't really matter. I think the main thing is if you're on the first game, when you've played your game, just go and disappear till 1 o'clock or so. You just get the place out of your mind and focus on the bowling.
Yeah, well, I say there's been a lot of changes at the Waterloo, and certainly you can see where the new owners have been putting the money into it, isn't it?
It looks a lot better. It looks like they've had a lot of work done to it. The pub itself is for those people who have visited in the last maybe 5 or 6 years, it wasn't in the best of conditions. It's looking absolutely wonderful now, and I'm told the food's very nice.
Yeah, well, I think the first two lads are due to come on, Jason Jones and Jimmy Darby. Jason's had a tremendous run, hasn't he, to reach this stage of the competition?
Well, I was going to do a bit of research last night and find out what price he was in the last 64. I would have imagined he would have been absolutely massive with who he was due to play. I think you called it the group of death before, and it certainly was.
Yeah, putting out former winners Tommy Johnston and Simon, and when Gary touched on in the opening of the programme, I think Simon scored the first 8 shots yesterday, and still he managed to beat him. Yeah,
and that takes a bit of doing at the minute. Simon's on tremendous form. He's a class act on any green, and to give him an 8 chalk start and still beat him is some going. I had an 8 chalk start with him last night and didn't manage to beat him, so there you go.
Well, and Jimmy, what an achievement Jimmy has, really, to reach 4 Waterloo finals days in 5 years. It's a hell of an achievement, isn't it?
It is. I think Jimmy's turned into one of the very top players over the last 5 or 6 years. He seems a bit more focused on his bowling now, and there's a different demeanour about him. I think when he gets his head on and concentrates on the bowling, and believes in his ability, he's a match for anybody. And I think he's been one of the unluckiest losers in the final of a Waterloo. He certainly deserved to win it the year Simon beat him 21-20. And I just wonder sometimes if that's in the back of his mind when he comes here now, because I know he is desperate to win it.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday, and he did comment that the only people who've beat him on here in recent years, it's been, I think, Gary twice and Simon Cape twice, and they're not here today. So whether that can boost his hopes a little bit, I don't know.
Well, yeah, if you look at it like that, there shouldn't be anything to stop him apart from himself. But bowls isn't like that, as well we all know. I don't think he particularly enjoys these conditions, but I don't suppose any bowler does. But I think Jimmy would either prefer it a lot quicker or a lot heavier. This in between is neither here nor there for anyone really.
Yeah. Okay, well I think we'll be here with the action in just a moment. They're just going to have a final ends practice, I think. So the play will commence in about 2 minutes. Well, Andrew, the players are coming together now with the practice. How important is it to win the toss, Andrew? All games, we remind all the viewers today, are all off 5.
Well, it's certainly nice to win the toss. Lets you just dictate the game a little bit. Getting off to a good start, like you say, we're off 5, it's 16 up. Getting off to a good start is immensely important. Going 8 behind with Simon yesterday obviously won't faze Jason much. If you can give a player with that ability a start, then he won't be worried at all. But you don't want to get in that position too many times because you can't always get out of them.
Okay, well, Jimmy Darby's won the toss, leading out. Now, what do you think the tactics are going to be in this game, Andrew?
I think Jimmy will be looking for a falling mark somewhere. I was talking to him the other night, and he's got it in his head that's the way to win on here. Find falling marks and get people doubting the strength of their bowls.
Well, he's just started by coming about 30-yard round peg.
Exactly. Now I think he's trying to get up this top edge.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a real good ball there, Jason. It just fell in.
Of course, I think this is, if Jason gets in here, this will get him on the mark. He was playing against Simon yesterday.
Jimmy.
Big effort there. Been cursed. Just needed full contact on that ball and it would have put it in.
Oh, Jason's got room again. He just can't afford to just be on the skinny side with this one.
No, you're right. Just give it a bit of air. It's certainly tighter though. Too tight.
Okay. One to Jason. Jason, who's 32, bowls for Covergae Bowls Club. I was there a couple of weeks ago. A lovely setup they got there, haven't they, Andrew?
Yeah, it's actually one of the few greens I've not been to in North Wales. I've been to quite a lot of them, and Covergae's one that I'm told an awful lot of good things about. It's a lovely part of the world. Nice, friendly people. Good bowling as well.
Yeah. He's the club captain, I believe, at Covergae, Jason. Yeah, then he's done as you predicted. He's gone on this mark where he played Simon yesterday. Played very well, going thump peg down to what we call the toilet corner, and he's led another good bowl here. Yeah,
that'll keep the draft out. It's a very good mark. It's fairly straight, and you expect your ball just to come up at the finish, and it tends to just fall back. Obviously, Jimmy's slightly stronger than Jason.
What a good effort that is. Not quite sure what the referee said there.
He said red disc, Mel.
Okay. Presume that's a Welshman.
I think so, yes. James is playing with yellow discs.
Let's give it a round it again.
Yeah, makes another.
A good bowl. Well, he's settled in perfectly on the white these first two ends, Jason. These two have met each other once before, Andrew, in a county game in Wales, and Jason just came out on top that day.
Yeah, I think I was there that day. I think Jimmy was playing number 1 and I was playing number 2.
Well, he's played at it.
Close, you know.
Yeah, you're watching.
Very close. Oh.
Coat of paint off that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the game very well, in fact. It was an epic.
Jason was telling me yesterday he got furthest he got in this tournament was the last 16. In 2011 he lost to Simon Cope 5, and yesterday when Simon got up to 12-5 it was thought Groundhog Day, but he came round and did the job in style.
Well, he's done very well to dig in and come back from that then. I know if that had been me in the same position I'd have probably just come off.
He's not sending Jack quite as far as he was yesterday.
And I think they're playing thumb peg off the crown, round peg. It's not so bad here. Not so bad at all.
Oh, what a good bowl. Certainly easy the butterflies when you start playing a few like that early on, Andrew.
Yeah, that's right. You settle down very quickly. And you're getting involved in the game straight away, and you'll be full of confidence now.
And we've got to remember for these guys here, for most of them, it's probably the biggest game of their career, isn't it? Games the last over Waterloo.
Well, it is. It's still everyone's ambition to win, and I think it's still most bowlers' ambition to actually get to the final day. It was always, for me, the biggest game in the Waterloo was the last 16. You didn't want to lose. That was an absolute killer. You didn't feel part of the week if you didn't get to the last 8. And I think for most of the guys here today, I think, well, the 4 outsiders on the various heats are probably the only ones who are maybe experiencing it for the first time.
2 more to Jason. Jimmy needs to be getting in pretty quick, doesn't he?
He actually seemed quite nervous to me this morning when I spoke to him, which isn't like Jimmy. He looks very subdued. I thought he might be a bit, more fired up than he is. But I suppose he just needs to get on the board wheel and settle down, and then maybe we might see the real Jimmy Darby.
Oh, Jason's back. Some bias. Down toward the toilet corner once again. The weather's a little bit better today, Andrew. The wind has dropped, which has been causing a lot of problems for the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about playing by the seaside. It does get windy, and it's horrible on here when it's windy. It seems to swirl around the stands a little bit. I thought when I was walking up from the front this morning, I thought it was going to be a bad day, but it's a bit more sheltered here. We're a few hundred yards away from the front, so.
Oh, Jimmy's ball just stopped in the road.
Yeah, it was bang up the road again, but it looks nearly 2 yards short from here. This looks as though it's in back of it.
I think Jason's still not turned it enough. Well, to move it on the green as it is today, they need a bit of a clout, Andrew.
Yeah, you'd need a sledgehammer to knock them balls in. Jimmy's deliberately played tight, shifted across on the mat. He's just trying to rest that ball and fall in. Yeah, looks like he's done it.
Yeah, good bowler, Jimmy's there. He just played above it, right shot.
Well, there was nothing for him playing a length. He couldn't. He had to reach. You can't trust yourself to play a length when the green is like it is.
Yeah. Well, he's on the board. 6-10. He's decided to go along the north stand edge. He's not short with this one.
Yeah, it just finishes a little bit there. There's a bit of a rise around that corner, and once you get over it, it just finishes. And even when it's wet, it just runs a little bit there. That's a better ball.
And that's perfect length.
Doesn't just look happy with himself, Jimmy, at the minute.
And he just stuck it out.
What's the collective name for referees, Mel?
I don't know.
No. Maybe somebody can text me.
It might not be
I've got a few
readable.
suggestions.
Yeah. I'm not sure where Jason's made on there. He stuck it out.
Yeah, very hard to tell from our position. Well, he's not moved him in. Jimmy would normally kick him in if it was an obvious 2.
At least all the referees are And the measures are handy there.
Yeah.
We've got our own referees, sort of, it's called a sin bin in the corner. They're all grouped together. Yeah. They've done hard work this week, the referees, with the weather conditions. On to Jason.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. I mean, I know I joke about it, but they do a thankless task, and usually in not very good weather. Even when it's nice, it's I suppose when you're in your blazer and your white cap, it's a bit hot. But they'd rather that than the waterproofs and getting wet through.
Say, Jason looks very calm and settled. I was talking to him earlier, and he gave me the impression of someone who's quietly confident.
Yeah, he does give that impression. He's a really nice lad. I've spoken to him a few times. Obviously, played him a couple of times in various county games. Watched him down at the Colwyn Bay Festival this year, and he looks very calm, very cool. Just gets on with his bowls, and he's playing very well.
And obviously he's comfortable on the green. Junior Waterloo winner in '95. So he's known success on here.
Yeah, it certainly helps knowing a bit about the green, and I think like you said earlier, he got in the last 16 a couple of years ago, so he's obviously ran well in the past. But it put another 2 on the jack there. Jimmy will be striking at these, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if his arm's in the way. Now he's firing. Oh, I've done them both.
Out. A great hit. Let's just hope that gives him a bit of confidence and settles him a touch.
He should do perfect strike. I saw another one of the Welsh lads here last night, John Bailey, winner in 2005. I know he's really willing Jason on. I think Jimmy will do now, Andrew.
He's looking over towards this corner. Well, not coming right in it. He's hard to work out sometimes. Is Jimmy? He plays a lot by instinct, and if he fancies doing something, he'll do it. This won't be so bad when it finishes. Perfect length, just a ball too wide. The danger here is getting too far outside the line. It just runs straight then into this corner. Not caught Jason out. Just needs to run and it wins. Yeah, gone in that.
He's got a really good length everywhere on the green, Jason, isn't he?
Yeah, he's having one of those games where, well, you don't get them very often, where every time you send the ball, it's a length. Just Jimmy changed his peg there, came at its thumb, just got over the top. Oh, what were we saying about the weather?
Yeah, umbrellas coming up. And just see from the bookies about Jason still quoted 10-1 to win the tournament. It's quite a good price considering who he's eliminated.
Well, it's not so bad, is it? You wouldn't mind having a tenner on it now. I think the bookies have they've got 4 definite favourites, and talking to one of them last night, they said it'd be a major surprise if any of the other 4 won. There's only two players in the field who I'd be surprised if they won, but I think it's fairly open. Obviously Wayne's big favourite, but there's been an awful lot of upsets this week.
And you always find in a Waterloo final day it can have a fairy tale endings, and also for people like we've commented on, Peter Williams played 15 games of bowls all season and basically come for a day out to fill a car at Waterloo, and he's in the final day. We always get that situation, don't we? And it's nice to see that. That's
right. It's I was thinking about this the other day. I remember when John Eccles won it. I think his wife had given birth, prematurely the night before, and it's things like that add to the whole history of this wonderful competition. I thought Barry Booth was going to get through, to be honest. That would have been another lovely story, really. I know he put me out in the third round, and he's put out a lot of other good players. And he just ducked with Ian Nicholson yesterday.
Yeah, Barry plays for our club as well, and would have been nice for him. It is, I think he's 71 now, Barry, and such a fierce competitor. But I say yesterday morning, if you're aware, but his wife was taken ill here in Blackpool, and Barry had to take her in hospital at 6 o'clock yesterday morning. So I'm sure it was playing on her mind, but thankfully she's fine, and I'm sure we wish Annette all the best. She's back out. I'm not sure if she's here today, but no, she's hoping to come to watch the finals.
Oh, that's good news.
Not quite sure if Jimmy's made two there. Pegs.
Measuring them again. That shower seems to have stopped now.
I think that's what we might be getting all day. I did look at the forecast, and the forecast was a little bit brighter after lunch. I hope everybody's getting these pictures okay. Brought to you by Covergae Media, and we must thank the sponsors who are sponsor for this live stream. That's the new owners of the Waterloo, Jennings Bet and Flowfit. Nice to have companies coming into the sport and putting the money in.
Yeah, it's nice to see in this day and age. We went to a phase of losing sponsors left, right and centre, and it's good to get some people back interested in our sport.
When the live stream has become very popular now, when we did the All England, the viewing figures, we had viewers in 15 different countries, Andrew. Not sure if they could understand the rules or our accents, but...
Speak for yourself, Mel. Some of us speak perfect Queen's English, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but there's a number in Japan watching it, Andrew.
Yeah, my Japanese isn't very good, to be honest.
Yeah, then Jason.
Nah.
It's really, really is stiff. This is the heaviest part of the green today.
Yeah,
the water is lying. It's coming out of my shoes. Yeah,
it's wet through there. And that's the first ball Jason's really not played a decent length with.
Jimmy
needs to miss it. Oh.
He's got room here, Jason. I mean, Jimmy's probably a yard off, but it's a matter of going past the short balls.
Well, he can get outside Jimmy's furthest ball, but I think I'd have probably come the other way in, but that's knowing the green a little bit.
No, he's give it a bit of width.
Yeah, road's right. Yeah,
won
good
it
ball.
now.
Good ball.
Oh, a great shot.
What do I know?
Well, it's very impressive. We've got a trumpeter here today. He certainly blowed that one in, hasn't he?
Anything for a bit of atmosphere is good.
I did ask if Jimmy Derby could come onto the green to Blue Moon. But I'm not saying what Jimmy the United fan told me.
Yeah, I don't think he would have liked that very much.
Well, Jason's in the position. This is where he played so well with Simon yesterday. And from our position, we can hear the spray on the bowls, Andrew, and if you caught that.
Yeah, I did. It's like I said in the introduction, that parts of the green are fairly dry, but especially this corner and the hotel corner, it's very, very wet. And coming in and out of them is going to be very, very tricky. Certainly until it dries out, obviously. Jimmy's just struggling for a length. He's not just settled down yet.
Well, he's not settled down, but he's 8:13. He just needs a couple of good ends.
Oh yeah, he's nowhere near out of the game yet. He just needs to get a length. Easier said than done. He got that out nice. It's on a good road. Desperate for a length now. If it's a length, it wins it. Yeah, good ball.
Yeah, needed that. He was facing being 15-8 there now, Andrew.
Yeah, that was a good ball. Got him A little bit closer, but the important thing now is making a lead. And the rain's coming again.
I'm not sure what Jimmy will do now. I mean, over the years I've seen him play a lot from North Stand across to the terracing. A bit of success there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking over the hotel corner. Well, he's not going right in it, that's for sure. Playing some peg by the looks of it. Needs a lead. Desperately.
He's got one.
Well, the way Jason's playing, it wouldn't surprise me if he puts 2 inside that. Just too far and to near us, really.
Very good effort.
Stroked it out again as Jimmy. That's more like the James Darby I know and love. Bad spot though, that. Bad spot. Can win off that now.
Yeah, but you sooner have them there, wouldn't you, Andrew?
Absolutely, yeah.
I've reached the end. Watching it.
It's close. Very close. Got one out.
Well, 10-13. That's the first time I think Jimmy's held the jack so far.
Yeah, that's correct. Again, just looking for a good lead. So all he's after.
It just sort of sent the jack nowhere, really.
Yeah, it's a strange little mark. I mean, on a normal size green, that's probably like 3/4 corners, but on here it just looks like it's a nothing mark.
Good job he had a little nibble of that little yellow one then. He'd have gone another 4 feet.
And of course, the crown, round the crown, it'll be the quickest part of the green at the minute. It'll be fairly dry. So whether he was just trying to catch Jason out, I think he's ended up catching himself out, really. Well, he likes this. Trotting after it. Yeah, okay. Good ball.
So, quite a lot of support in the crowd for Jimmy today. There are a lot of people, like you say, he comes so close now 4 times in 5 years. I'd like to see him win it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of his friends from Manchester over for the week. Ooh, thought it was labouring. Yeah, played short, so that's surprising. And he'll have a few backers in the crowd as well.
Well, yeah, I mean he's developed into a Waterloo specialist, so it's always going to attract some of the punters' money into.
Yeah, he always gives him a good run for it as well. Jimmy's trying, so people like to back him. They get value for money.
Yep, and he's currently second favourite, 7-2.
Another strange sort of a mark, really.
Not sure what Jason's thinking of doing. Whether he's trying to change his peg.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's ball's bang on the road. The finger peg, it'll swing a little bit, but he's not reached. So it's very heavy coming into that part of the green. I actually got chastised last year about some of the comments I made about the heavy and quick parts of this green. Apparently I made it sound as though there were massive slopes on it. It's a very subtle green with subtle slopes on it, but it's still uphill corner. Always heavy in that corner. It's one of the rules of the green.
Jimmy's disappointed with that cap in hand.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times that cap comes off, really. He's changed his peg again. He's anywhere near a length, it wins it, but he's trying to get it out, is Jimmy. Yeah.
Oh, he got away with that, Jimmy.
2 very cheap bowls there. He won't complain, of course.
Oh. All square, 13 across. Nice little 5 break. Just seems to have settled a little bit, Jimmy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks a bit brighter and a bit more bubbly now. He looked very subdued the first 5-10 minutes of the game. He's just shoved this block a little bit further than last time. Maybe 5 or 6 yards further, actually. Seeing if he can catch Jason out with the change of length. He's caught himself out. That's come out nice. Looks a decent road.
Yeah, just needs to miss it.
Yeah, stepped in.
The ball.
Jimmy's wanting to know how far off it is. We'll be told the bad news, it's about a foot.
Well, he stroked this out. This is certainly there.
Yeah, it looks...
Watching it. Watching it.
Oh,
What a great bowl.
yeah.
Jimmy's body language has changed in the last few ends. I mean, he had a trot over, just have a little wave at that one.
Yeah, he looks a lot more confident now.
Just turned around, looked at Jason, as if to say, well, come on, lick that.
Well, he's certainly passed his own. I think he's the wrong side of it, though. It's one of the things you've got to be careful when you're playing, Jimmy. You can't let him, for want of a better word, bully you. I mean that not in a bad way, of course. If you let him get on top of you and dominate you, you're in trouble. You've got to keep him subdued, really.
Oh, in front for the first time.
Playing over possibly the roughest part of the green as well with the crown. You can maybe see from the pictures that there's quite a few bumpy patches there.
And the groundsman wasn't able to cut the green this morning. Turned up at 7 o'clock and it was all puddled up and couldn't do a lot with it, really.
Oh, you can't do anything about the weather, unfortunately. Well, unless we get a retractable roof fitted. I'm not sure that's on the plans.
No.
He's tighter and he's too far. Jason might be on here.
No, bad end for Jimmy.
Hard to tell from our viewpoint. The referee likes Jason. Jimmy's cap's off. Might just be getting a bit hot under there.
And Jason just a bit concerned about running the back of Jimmy's short ball.
Yeah, I think he'll change his peg, come in the finger peg. Looks short anyway. Won't knock anything in with that. Oh. Oh. Well.
Well, a bit of controversy there. I think the referee indicated Jason was in. Jimmy signalled one.
Yeah.
Jason clearly is bothered about that.
Yes.
To be fair, I don't think Jason asked Jimmy who was in. I think just asked the referee. The referee fancied Jason.
Yeah, yeah. And nobody's done anything wrong there particularly. No. It's one of those things. Anyway, he might still be in. Of course, Jimmy could be mistaken.
It's a confident signal. Jason's in. Yeah, a little bit of stick there for Mr. Darby.
Well done, the referee. You don't hear me saying that very often.
Yeah, well done, right. So, it's all square, 14 across. Livened the crowd up, that.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the more cynical members of the crowd might think Jimmy was trying to pull a fast one there. I couldn't possibly comment.
He wouldn't do that, Jim. We're in a nice warm studio this time, Andrew.
Yeah, it's nice actually. It's I could just do with a pot of coffee next to me and a chair, and I'd be right. It was a bit drafty up in the old place, I must admit. And those pigeons used to bother me as well.
Mm.
Jason's just gone off a little bit, leading not so well, not stepping in when he's had the chance. It's just coincided with Jimmy coming back into the game. Don't look like he sent this to me. Don't look like he sent it. Two very poor balls.
You just seem to have lost it. But that can happen sometimes, Andrew. I mean, Jimmy shortened it down a little bit, didn't he?
That's right, yeah. Just broke his length up, which is very good tactics from Jimmy. He's certainly got two there.
Yeah. Confidently signals for two, doesn't he, Jimmy? Make sure the cup markers don't miss them.
Well, if you've got it, flaunt it.
16-14. We were discussing about the advantage of being first on or last on. I think if you're first on and you win, it's a nice break, isn't it, Andrew?
Well, yeah, you're probably not going to send the ball again until the lunch break. You can have a practice, and it's sort of you just got to get the job done when you're on first, and then you can do what you want for a few hours. Go and have a kip if you fancy it.
I recall you saying you went to walk somewhere when you were before your final.
Yeah. It just shows how your mind can play tricks with you. I always thought I was first game on the final day, and actually I was third game on. And I didn't see any of the fourth game, and I just came back, towards the end of the lunch break, had 10 minutes practice, and that was that. But I didn't spend a lot of time in the stadium that day at all. I didn't want to be bothered with people coming up to you and asking you how you fancied your chances and should I back you, etc.
Yeah, the referee's into action again. Jason's asked who's on this time.
Well, he's definitely won as Jimmy. He's just said he's only won.
He's smiling, the ref. I think he was pleased with that earlier decision.
Yeah, certainly done him no harm getting that one right. Got the gap.
Jimmy signalled too. I think he's trying to wind everybody up here, Jimmy. You're just going to keep signalling until he gets one right.
I think you could be right there. Putting a lot of doubt in Jason's mind anyway.
He's totally confused, Jason. He was right this time then, Andrew. The ref or Jimmy?
I can't tell from here. Looking at the TV picture, I'd say the one on the right hand side, whichever ball that is, but from where I am, I can't tell at all. So I think that's Jimmy's ball. So.
Well done, ref.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh because it's not right, really. But
well, I think there's a Specsavers in Blackpool somewhere, Andrew, isn't it, for Jimmy? Might be able to nip down there if he wins this game.
He'll certainly have time. I think the large majority of the crowd now think he's done that on purpose, which won't do him any good.
Not bother, Jimmy.
No, I couldn't care less.
17-14. No, look all right here.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, good ball, Jason.
Yeah, it's best ball he's played for maybe 10 minutes or so.
Right, Jimmy's having a trot.
Played short. Tried to play a length. Crowd are weeing it. He's certainly livened them up anyway.
He'll not be signalling he's in this end.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Now then, Jason. Can we make another? No, I think he's left it. Not sure. Two,
No,
yeah,
two.
kicked them in.
Wow.
The crowd are pleased Jimmy kicked them in. Well, 16-17. Jason just got to settle down again now, and you know, he played so well early on, just lost his weight on that little mark of Jimmy's. I think he'd like to come down this corner just to get back on the mark he played well yesterday.
He keeps looking at it, but yeah, changed his mind. He doesn't look just as confident as he did at the start of the game to me. I think he's just been ruffled with the last 10-15 minutes of play.
Well, not so bad there.
Well, somebody shouted in the crowd, "In you go." I'd rather have it than lick it. He's on a road here, you know. Needs to finish. Just given up.
The referee's just confirmed Jason's in. Just stopped in the road though, that one, Andrew. Jimmy's.
Yeah, you can get outside it. Just got to be careful.
I think he's going to come to the peg. Yeah, turned over. Come at his finger peg. Just needs to drop.
Needs to run as well. Perfect road.
I think if it had a run, Andrew, it might have gone in the back of Jimmy.
Well, it was just starting to cock up, but that's because the ball was coming to a finish. I think if it had been another 2 feet on that, it would have run fairly straight. Jimmy's just got to play a length at these really and touch his own. Nearly knocked Jason another here, by the way.
No, he's got his own. Good ball.
First look, it looks like he's made 2. That was a well played ball.
Yeah, arms aloft. Oh, good shot that though, Andrew.
Yeah, it was a very well played ball. He didn't want to be too far because that could have negated the bias in the ball and hung out, but he just played a perfect length, turned his own over.
So 19-16.
Still squelchy.
Yeah, you can hear him now.
Good mark is this. Quite a shallow finger peg mark. Important you don't get too far out, or else it'll run straight, like Jimmy has there. It's always just outside the road from hand, and they just don't look at it. You're better tight, if anything. That's a better road. All on his length now. Gonna pass the jack. Oh, just won it. Not sent it. Not sent it. Better road than Jack, that as well.
Jason must just want to check with the referee. Jimmy's not going to signal 2 this time.
He might just signal one then, Jimmy. Let's give it a bit to do. If he's a length, he's okay, but it won't come back.
He's put it out wider than all the other 3 balls. Short.
It's only really pegged at the finish because he's short. If it had been a length, it would have hung out. A lot of room there, really, for 2. They've come back to haunt you, them sort of balls.
Yeah, 17-19. Been some good balls played in this game, Andrew.
Yeah, it has. I was just going to say it's been a good start to the day. Sometimes the first game, with all the crowd movements, etc., can be very scrappy, but it's actually been quite a high quality game, really, given the conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I was here Sunday for the ladies and Monday, and there was some pretty poor bowling by quality players really them days, and it was just really the wind and the rain. It was affecting. I saw some of the bowlers taking 5 and 6 attempts to deliver the bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a good one here.
Yeah, good lead. Very good lead. Well, Jimmy's certainly reached. If just hang out now, it won't look at it.
He used to play another one, Jason.
I think the crowd are desperate for close finishes. It's that gives them the excitement that they want.
I'm sure there's a lot of viewers watching this in Wales who are willing this last ball on here, Jason's.
Oh, it makes another.
Yeah. 2.
And Jimmy can't really attack the end. He's got to try and play a length. He's a lot tighter, A lot tighter. Not here. Not here.
Left it. Oh, now we got a game off. 19 across.
Much to the crowd's delight. Trumpeter was out.
He just calmed again, hasn't he, Jason? I mean, Jimmy caught him on that little mark and broke his weight up. He settled down again. 19 across and leading out.
Yeah. Of course, if he'd have made 2 that last end, he'd have been all but now. Big difference. I think he'll be going down to the far north.
He's going different by us, Andrew.
Is he?
He's not going. He's going finger peg.
Didn't come out so well.
You've got to just play them through this. The water's lying quite badly in this corner, isn't it? By the main entrance. Here the bowls. There you go. Look.
Don't look like he sent it, but hard to tell when they're going through water like that. Won't be so bad now. It won't be so bad.
Oh, from in the crowd saying, "Get your other." What a good lead that is.
Now, the important thing for Jimmy here is to reach. And he's somewhere near the road here, This is a big effort, this. Needs to grab it. Done it.
Oh, what a ball.
Excellent ball, that.
No, Jimmy knew as soon as he loosed that. You could tell he was after it. Yeah, you know when you played a good bowl, don't you, Andrew?
You do?
Now then, Jason.
He's on a road, I'm not sure. On his pace. He's
Give it a chance.
Done it.
Needs to pick it up.
What a good ball.
What a great shot.
What a good ball.
Brought the crowd to life, that is.
Of course, Jimmy doesn't have a shot for game here. He's just got to try and beat that. He'll certainly be playing a yard or so over, I would imagine.
But he can't play too heavy. He can easily take his own ball out, Andrew.
No, but he's got to arrive at the head. He can't be short.
Well, he's on a road here.
He's absolutely roaded it. Nailed it on a road. Done it, certain. Oh, it's gapped.
Oh, what an end that was.
That was the best end they've played. Superb end of bowls. He's been very unlucky there, Jimmy. It doesn't look like there's a gap to go through from here.
Well, this has been a very good game, hasn't it? If this is what we're going to expect the rest of the day, Andrew, we're in for a treat.
So he's on the verge of putting Jimmy out after putting Cout, Brown and Johnston. Have you any idea who played in the first 3 rounds?
I don't know.
Duncan Fletcher Burrows.
It's truth.
I was watching him practice this morning, and coming this way, he was awesome. He was standing balls on top of the jack.
Well, he's done it again, Andrew. How about that at 20?
Yeah, nice. Had a look about an inch off to Jimmy. Again, his first ball is absolutely critical. Needs to be here. Needs to be here. If it's just going to go tight, I think.
It's won it.
Won it on the tight.
I'm just checking with the referee, but it looks in from here.
It's done very well, that ball. He can't really change a lot, Jason. Just play a similar ball. He's gone a tighter line and
Yeah, but Jimmy with a little bit tighter line as well.
has he reached?
Oh, he left it.
Was there?
No, Jimmy. Can he make a double for game? Can't afford to hit that jack.
No, but he'll go for it. Will Jimmy? He looks to back here, to back and to far. Well, at least he gave it a chance.
Okay. 20 all. Who wins?
You tell me.
Very often they say the fellow with the jack don't always win.
Yeah. I must admit at 20 apiece I'd rather send the jack out than not.
Yeah.
But
well, where will Jimmy go, do you think? I think you just go somewhere completely different, try and catch him for a length.
I think that'd be an excellent tactic. Maybe going over towards the can't get me bearings, the east stand. Because they've not been over that area at all this game. It's going into the northwest corner, which is fairly quick.
Somebody called it the tower corner. I don't know. Not heard that before, but. Oh, he's too big. Long way too big. Oh, Jason, a big chance here.
2.5 foot a yard past. Not really good enough. I thought he played his last ball of the last end very quickly, you know. Maybe a bit of adrenaline.
This is further still, Jason.
No, just hung in.
Just stopped in.
This is
the pressure ball, James.
He's come out nice. They're all saying it's to fair. Won it. Jimmy slapped his leg like it hadn't done. Caps off. Now the pressure's on. It's 2 feet off.
He had a perfect length, Jim, didn't he? Just put it underneath.
Just not on the road. This was a league game. He'd roll one in, no problem. Oh, needs a length. Was he short? Short.
Left it.
Left it.
Well, what an end to finish. I mean, Jimmy probably used the right tactic there in going somewhere slightly different, Andrew. He did just catch that, but we got to say, bad luck to Jason Jones. He's played particularly well. He's not conceded it just yet. I hope Jimmy's right. He's conceded it now. Shake of hands.
Yeah, he has. He's played well as Jason, really. He's in just a poor last end, really. Would have expected to count there. But Jimmy used his nous there and just played the shortest mark they've played all day, and to a part of the green they've not really been to, and caught him out.
Yeah. Well, Jason, concerned to be proud. He's going to be disappointed, proud of his achievements and who he's beat, and he's put up a fantastic show again today. He
has very much so, and he shouldn't be too downhearted. Just got to take it away and learn from it and come back next year.
Okay, well, I think we're just going to have a quick commercial break, and hopefully we can have a very quick word with Jimmy Darby. Oh, good morning, Gary.
Morning, Mel.
We said in our preview this next game, Ian Nicholson and Andy Buckley could be a game of the reaches.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the tactics here. Actually, Andy played a short mark yesterday against Mel Byron. 25 yards. He went thumb peg round the green really, and I've got a feeling he may try and employ similar tactics. Ian will have his usual plan A, which it'll be to stretch out. So be interesting. I know Andy, does believe get straight in the corners and get loosened up, even if you think that's where your opponent wants to go. So particularly if Andy wins the jack, it'll be interesting to see if he goes for the pub corner straight away, finger peg, which is his normal tactic, or whether he shortens it from straight away.
Yeah, I spoke to Andy yesterday, and he played, as you say, a few of the shorter marks, but he said he was trying to find somewhere he could confidently play a close bowl with the wind and everything was affecting the play.
I think that's right, and I think also he tailored his game yesterday to his opponent. I think Mel was an extremely good reacher from what I could see, and Andy's tried to shorten the game in response to that.
Yep. Well, we're Evelyn Hastings is refereeing this one. I think Andy looks like he may have won the jack.
Hang on.
No,
Nicholson.
What do you think of the trumpeter we got introduced in the place today?
Yeah, you want to get him signed up.
Yeah, but that was, for this one, that was a death march he just did there.
I think
I'm a bit worried about that.
Yeah, I think that might be the Ted Hankey walk on that. yeah. So Ian's gone straight for the corner's thumb peg.
As expected, and this is the heaviest part of the green, isn't it, Garrett, today?
Yeah, I think it's just holding a bit more watery. Although I must say that the quality of the play in that first game was a lot better, in my opinion, than what I've seen all week. So obviously both players have played pretty well, but I think the green, whether it feels it when you're on there, I don't know, but it must be a bit friendlier today.
Yeah, I think less wind as well.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Andy's turned his peg first bowl. He's far enough.
They'll stop dead there today.
Won it. Yeah. That's the thing with Andy. He knows every peg in on every mark on this green. So if he thinks the peg you've gone is the harder of the two pegs, he'll switch over straight away. Ian's short here.
I don't know if you saw the live draw at all, Gary, when we made it, but during that I did comment that I felt that Andy Buckley sometimes is destined to win this Waterloo.
Well, I've been watching Andy here now. He's a big mate of mine. I've been watching him here for, getting on for 20 years, and he plays the green very, very well. He's won the Spring Waterloo twice. The one thing that he's done here every year without fail is that he's thrown a bad game in, a really bad game. And to be fair, I think he had a bit of a scare on Monday. I think he won 21-20 and didn't play so well. So hopefully he's got away with it. It's interesting here though. He's gone straight for the corners. So I don't think he'll play these all game, but I think he's just looking to try and loosen up. He's nearly sent the jack off.
And he just lifted the jack a little bit there, and if you notice as well.
Yeah.
But you're right, he did. He scraped through two games. He beat James Seville 21-20 from Moseley in Birmingham, and then scraped in yesterday 19 against Mel Byron.
That's right. Yeah, he's played a good ball there. That's a really good ball.
Speaking to Andrew yesterday, he had to go home last night. He was just a bit concerned whether he'd be able to get the day off work today, but he's managed to get here.
It's not normally an issue for him, that, Mel, I'll tell you. I hope his boss doesn't walk through the gates in a minute.
See, on his right up, he's a merchandiser now, Andrew. Well, he says an occupation here.
What, a baked bean merchandiser? Merchandiser. He might strike at this. No, he's not. He's further with this. Don't know whether he's far enough. He is far enough. He's too far actually.
More 7-5. It's important just to settle down early on.
Yeah, I think. I don't know what Andy will do now. He may just try and stick in the corners until Ian gets in. Although he has played that top edge a little bit, the mark that I've played quite a lot. So whether he'll just sort of say, well, I've got him first two ends on a long mark, or go again, or whether he tries to shorten the game now, we'll see. I think he'll probably go back in, but I'll probably get it wrong. So
now he's looking to us.
Yeah. Yeah, straight back in.
He's not so far in the corner.
No, I don't think he sent that jack as far as he meant to, you know. He didn't quite get rid of it perfectly. Good road here. Get on. Yeah, it's not so bad. It's a yard, but it's not a daft in that.
You've won it 4 times, Gary. Did you ever win it in any of these sort of conditions where it's been as stiff as this?
Yeah, the one I won here in 08 when I was a mile behind in the quarter-final, a mile behind in the semi-final, and I think it was dry, but it was very, very, very heavy. You know, you couldn't send them far enough, really.
Played a good one here,
yeah,
Andrew.
good ball, Andy, here now.
Yeah, he's dropped on a length and just straight away.
I think he might just play through at them and gamble.
A bit of a bump, that one.
Yeah, it's a good effort, you know. It's a good effort. I don't know what it is.
It's a great effort.
Yeah, unlucky ball. Good saver though.
Yeah.
Well, the thing you have got to do on here, you know, on the final, you've got to keep reaching. But Andy will know that. You know, Andy, you won't see Andy here playing short ball after short ball after short ball. I think he'll keep passing the jack and give his balls a chance.
And I think Andrew's just trying to dictate the corners, isn't he? You know, he'd know that Ian would be staking him into them sometimes. If he can get in first and get a lead in.
Yeah, he told me that yesterday. Just go in first, and then, you know, at least you've stretched out and what have you. And, you know, it's a tactic of his. It's a bit too far with this, I think, Mel. Yeah, he's giving Ian a chance here.
He got the semi-final once, I remember, a few years back, Andrew, didn't he?
He what, sorry, Mel?
He got the semi-final, I think, once, didn't he, a few years ago,
Yeah,
Andrew?
he got to the semi-final, if I remember rightly, when he was when he was a kid in the early 90s, I think it was. You know, 93, 94, something like that.
He's running after this one. You don't see him running very often, do you?
No. Well, I mean, if you think about, you know, he's had a hip replacement, you know, about 7 or 8 years ago, and to come back from that and to play to the standard that he has, you know, I'm not sure I could have done that. You know, it's a credit to him, really, because, you know, it must bother him at times. You know yourself that if you've got a slight injury or something, you know, that's not quite right, you know, it can affect you. It must bother him a little bit at times, but he just sort of he just gets on with it. I think he manages it a little bit. You know, he doesn't play too many tournaments, doesn't play too many games, and, you know, just tries to ensure he gets to a position where, you know, he can manage it. Now Ian's come out of the corners, interesting.
Yeah, I think Andrew's forced him out, hasn't he?
Yeah. So in that respect, you know, maybe the tactics have been right to go straight in first. I'm surprised that Ian's come out, actually. Very surprised.
Well, he's not reached with this one.
No. I'd have thought, I mean, Andy wasn't going deep into the corner here, finger peg. I'd have thought Ian had come thumb peg, got the jack the other side of the ridge and just tried to get a bit deeper in on a longer mark, but he hasn't done. Andy's let him off though here. 4 feet and 5 feet. Better now, Mel.
Yeah, good ball there.
Better. Yeah, good ball. What about this?
Not sure he's reached again.
Just save one, I think.
Yeah. Done well.
It's only just give up.
Yeah.
Good effort. Do you think the bowling's better today?
It is. Yeah.
You know, the green must be a bit friendlier today, and probably the wind and the conditions are as well.
Yeah, it is the conditions.
You're still seeing some bad balls, but you see nowhere near as many.
I think Monday was the worst day. Really, the wind's really affecting the play and the rain. Difficult.
I think this is the shortest mark Ian Nicholson's ever played in his life here.
Yeah, and that's probably nearly 40 metres, isn't it? Got a good length.
Yeah, good one. Not so bad. I think this has won it, Mel.
Yeah, good ball.
Yeah. Yeah, good ball, Andy. Good ball. Well, let's give this a chance. I don't know if is he just tight or not. He is just tight, yeah. Good effort.
He's going to quite make it,
Ooh, don't know. I mean, he's picked the back one up. Two, yeah. Just made it. Now then, will he come back up here, finger peg, and go for the other corner? He's gone for the other corner. He's thinking about it. Now he's short on the game. He's gonna. If he gets in here, he's gonna do his thumb peg round the green, I think. This is what he was doing yesterday.
Yeah, he said to me he just wanted to go somewhere he felt confident again and close, in the conditions.
Just a yard over, not a good one really. Ian should beat that. This is alright, Mel, I think, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Decent, 2 feet. Damn enough again. Gone out. He's caught himself out there, Andy. Not like him, that.
It should be a simple 2 for Ian.
Yep, 2.
9-10. Well, Ian Udder now, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Andrew stuck him into the corners and had the better of him. Is Ian going to think, well, I'll have a go?
Well, yeah. Now if Ian will go to the toilet corner now, what peg's he gone? Has he gone thumb peg?
That's the hotel corner, guys, not the toilet corner. But
Toilet in the hotel, isn't it?
Oh, there's the toilet in the hotel.
Yeah, quite right. Not a good one, Mel. Not a good one. Andy will beat that. Again, not a good one. Probably has just beat it, but he'll not be happy with that, Andy. Just get there.
Just, we ain't gonna.
Only just if it does.
If it does.
This should be a shoe-in. He's not too far, you know.
No, he's not reached.
No, he's not there. God, I'd be disappointed, Andy, there if he's not in. That's a disastrous end if he's not in. Disastrous end not to make 2 anyway. They can catch up with you when you get to the end of the game and you're getting good balls beat, you know.
Jimmy Darby a signal too there, wouldn't he?
What, when he's one in the ditch?
Yeah.
He's in. At least he's in, Andy, but he'll be disappointed not to have made the double there now. Going to go thumb peg short again. No, he's changing his mind. Finger peg this edge.
Yeah, really short this one down, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's gone to like what his plan A was now. You know, he was never intending to play full corners all game against Ian. He's gone in just to try and loosen and just, you know, go in first, as he puts it. But he's now reverted to, you know what, the plan A, which is to try and play a short game to win it. Has he reached?
And you're pulling up quick as well.
I think that's give up. Yeah, I think that's give up. Should make another here, Andy. Plenty wide enough, it'll get one though. No, it's alright, decent ball. Can you get inside that? Yeah, good ball, Ian. Good ball. Important ball, that, going 4 behind. Going 4 behind if he doesn't beat it.
Yeah, it's a very good ball of Ian's.
Yeah.
He's got a very bright, luminous duster there, Ian, hasn't he?
Yeah. Now then.
Looks like a bath towel.
Yeah. Serena will be going for his plan A now, which I think will be. I don't think he'll be messing about over the middle again. To be honest, I think he'll unless he can't count and he has to change it. I think the plan now will be corners.
Yeah, play to your strength. Really, you go into.
Yeah. Not a daft in this. Not a bad one today. That.
Well, Andy's got this away sweet.
Well, there's a chance Mel is on a better road than Ian's for me. Yeah, good ball, Andy.
Have you had a bet, Gary, on anybody?
I actually backed Ian earlier in the week. Only a small bet. I've not fancied anybody strongly this week. So
it's been difficult, isn't it, with the conditions of play.
If I'm honest with you, that's what's put me off. I've thought, well, you might just get a few surprises. So I've only had one small bet. I might have a bet. The green looks a bit friendlier today, so we'll get to semi-final stage. I might have a few quid on somebody, but I might still have Ian running then. But
he's 6-1 still at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's 4s.
Can he get one? Is he short? He's just going to die, I think. Yeah. But it's nip and tuck this at the moment, isn't it? 12-10. Nobody can get a run with the jack. They're swapping the jack over. Andy's just got his nose in front in terms of being a couple of chalks clear, but no one looks like putting a break together at the minute. The one that does put a break together will probably be the one that wins from this position.
Trying the north stand edge.
Yeah, this is a mark I play a lot. It's a good mark.
It's good for you.
Not so bad this. Decent bowler, gap for Ian to go through and everything, so. Does he reach? His reach is a chance.
Yeah, just too near us that.
Yeah, you're right, he's just a bit wide actually. As you like for me.
No, he's got a good one here, Andrew.
Yeah. Another pressure ball here for Ian. He lies 4 in front again, Andy. This goes out. 2. He's made the break. If he can hold the jack again now, this next end, he's sort of made the break. He's just got to try and keep going then.
Trumpet as well.
So I think. Where will he go, Mel? He'll either go finger peg back up that edge or he'll come thumb peg up this edge.
No, he'll come this edge, I think, won't he?
I think he might go back up that one, I don't know. The only reason is when he qualified, he told me that he played that mark. Wrong again. He's going back to his thumb peg round the green now. That's what I thought might be his plan A at the start. It's turned out to be. Yeah, decent bowl. Doesn't want this back. This is a good effort. This is a real effort. It's done bad that. I thought that was going in.
Ian playing with slightly smaller bowls than Andy?
No, I don't think so. No, I think the 211 or 212 kind of range, the pair of them, I think. What's he done here? Has he come the other peg?
Yeah, he's turned his peg. Oh, he's shouting, get on, but he's just not reached.
I think with where that's finished, Ian might just follow that in. I think he'll come finger peg now. Yep. Too low.
He just got away a little bit now, hasn't he, Andrew? 15.
Yeah,
10?
he's just made the break. It's just a case of trying to not make too many mistakes from this position now. If we go thumb peg back up this edge now, then thumb peg up the other one if he gets in. He's going round the green. Slightly heavy mark this, you've got to be there. Doesn't look so bad to me, Mel. Doesn't look so bad. Good un. Good ball. Starting to lead well now, Andy. Good effort, this. Unlucky. Well played ball for me, and it's gone in a good position for the next one. But the thing is, with this slot here, it's not the easiest playthrough, is it?
No, and the bowls are not doing a lot, are they, today?
No, they're not. But even it's I think this is a difficult playthrough.
Yeah, he's got another one here.
Yeah, he'll strike at these, Ian. He'll strike at these. I think he will. Well, I'm surprised.
Well, he's played a runner at them.
I'm surprised. He's nearly done
Watching
it. He's got one out.
16-10. Just seems to have settled down, Andrew.
Yeah, he started leading well now. We'll go thumb peg back up the other edge now, I think. Interesting tactic, this. It's one that I personally never ever use, and maybe one I should think about, really. Doesn't look so bad, Mel. Doesn't look so bad. It's a good one.
I have to do it quite often going around the greens. I call it my Bognor Regis mark, Gary, if it's the last resort.
Yeah. Well, what a good effort. What a good effort. It's an unlucky bowl if he's not in.
Well, to be fair, the last three ends, Ian's played some real bowls, and not counted.
Ian's done nothing wrong the last three ends. It's just that Andy's had him nearer. And good effort here. Ooh, unlucky. He's gone in a good shot that now, though. Has he reached? Oh, he's in, Ian. Sorry, I didn't realise. I thought Andy was in.
Didn't look it from here, did it?
No. That's why he's not reached. That's fair enough then. Ian will come thumb peg now, I think. Yeah. He's not gone as far as I thought he might, Mel. Maybe he intended to get it a bit further. Decent bowl. Not a daft in that.
They're really sending these bowls, aren't they, Gary?
Yeah, they are letting them go a bit. I think this will beat it, Mel. He's playing well now, Andy. Look at this. Straight on the jack. Perfect ball. He's over top Ian here.
He turned his peg, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's over the top. 16-11. If you can count another here, it's a long way back for Ian from this position. Good road. Perfect road in. He's got another, Mel. Good bowls. Absolute real bowls.
Yeah, the trumpeter like that. 18-11. You say it's a long way back now for Ian, isn't it?
Well, I think the other issue is the way Andy's playing as well, isn't it? Ian. He's playing decent bowls. He can't count the decent lead there, really. 2 feet off. 40, 45 yards. 2 down. And when your opponent's playing like that, you've got it all to do. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, back on his mark. Played 2 real ones last time.
He did. Yeah, there's no reason to go anywhere else. Just give him a bit of a chance here. Just a yard short.
I think he sent the jack a couple of yards further than he did last time as well.
Yeah, Ian's not licked it, Mel. Had to beat that ball with the position the game's in, but he's not managed to do it. He's certainly further with this. I don't know if he's a bit too far now. He is too far.
He needs to count here.
Yeah, he's just got to get in here. It's not an option not to. He's far enough, I think that's gone out. I might be wrong.
He's on the monitor behind us, Gary. Okay.
Yeah, it's gone out. 1911. So it looked like, I said that I think it was at 12-10. Whichever player makes the break now will probably win. It looks like Andy's the one that's made the break.
And that's the most room Ian's had as well for a few.
Yeah, he just had to get in there. He'll be disappointed not to have got in there, Ian. You know yourself though. It's easier said than done, isn't it? This is all right again. Good ball again. This. Nothing wrong with that. Ian's turned his peg. I think at the way he's playing, Andy will lie up here. He'll get another here the way he's playing. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
The weather's just improved as well. The clouds are breaking up a little bit of sunshine. The green will change, particularly for the afternoon, if you never know more rain.
Yeah, you're right. Well, something wrong with this, Mel. Ooh, no, two in game. Yeah.
Certain match.
Yeah, he's ended up making the break, Andy, and playing well there.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable as well, didn't he, Andrew?
He did. Yeah. It was interesting, as I said, he went in the corners, but as soon as the game settled down, he came straight out and again played same tactics as yesterday.
So Andy Buckley will be playing Jimmy Darby in the first semi-final after lunch. That'll be some game to watch, Gary.
It should be a good game. Yeah, they're good friends and playing the same team. It'll be interesting actually to see the tactics there, because I'd normally expect Andy to be maybe going as far as he can, because he likes the corners on here. But to be honest, the last two games he's played, he's finished off well on those short marks. I think his plan A might well be just to continue with that, and react to it if you're behind. But we'll see.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Gary. You'll be joining us later. We're now just going to have a quick commercial, and hopefully we'll be having a quick word with Andy Buckley and Ian Nicholson in a few moments. And the next game on then will be Warwick Musters Pete Williams against John Kennish from the Isle of Man. Well, welcome back to the Waterloo Hotel for the third quarterfinals. Peter Williams from the George Worley and John Kennish from the Isle of Man. And joining me back here now we have Andrew Cairns. It's hard to call this game, isn't it, Andrew? John Kennish is, we know, a top player, but Peter Williams has played so well to get to this stage, and he looks completely unflappable.
Well, to me, he's a completely unknown quantity. I saw him strolling about earlier with a pint of beer in his hand, and you'd have thought he was just going to be playing at Park for a cup of coffee or something, but you'll know him better than I do. I think I've only ever seen him round a bowling green down in the Midlands. I know John a little bit. I've played him a couple of times. He's a class act. He's got an absolute Rolls Royce delivery, and he'll be a massive favourite for this game, but you just don't know.
Yeah, Pete Williams is still 20-1 to win this. John Kennish 5-1. But it's, as I said earlier, a real sort of fairy tale story for Peter. He's played 15 games of bowls this season. He now lives in the Wyve Forest, and I think this is the only competition he's actually entered. He come up with a car full of his mates, and Gary Pennicott and one or two from Warwick Mustard, and he's found himself in a Waterloo final day. I was speaking to him last night. He just couldn't believe it. He was walking down the road here trying to find somewhere to stop the night with his wife dying.
Well, the way the season's going in Blackpool, there'll have been plenty of vacancies.
Well, John started with 2 good length bowls here.
Yeah, 2 good bowls, and he'll count them as well. Peter just overcorrected his line.
We were saying in the introduction, weren't we, about John. He does really well. He comes over here for as many of the main tournaments as he can, to get better competition than he gets over on the island, and he's really benefited from it, hasn't he?
Yeah, it must be very frustrating for him. there are lots of good bowlers in the Isle of Man, but I suppose you get used to playing each other regularly and playing on the same greens. I suppose the results tend to go the same ways. And the only way you can improve is by playing at a better standard. So for John, he's having to come over here. They only get us going over there twice a season, but it's nice to see him doing it. It must be quite costly, but I suppose if it's your hobby and it's something you enjoy doing, it's worth doing it.
Well, he's gone through with this. Pete Williams, a good length. And John looks better. Might just go out.
It's just speeded up a little bit. It's not obviously not flying, but it's the balls are just beginning to finish. And during the last game, I went and took the opportunity to have a look at the green, and it's actually quite difficult to get the balls out clean in some places.
Well, 2 to Pete Williams, 7 across. Comfortable 2 there.
Yeah, bad end from John. It wasn't surprising really, but early days, swapping a few chalks won't be a problem for him.
No, I think Peter, I think he'll just head across the middle of the green. He's played it really well throughout. What do I know? He's heading towards the corner.
I'm glad it's not just me that gets it wrong.
I believe Peter is something of a dedicated West Bromwich Albion fan, but we don't like mentioning that too much. He was really impressed when I gave him this gold, black and white shirt that he's got covered up at the moment.
I wondered why you gave him that one.
Yeah, I've been saving it for him.
Does that mean Jimmy's got a blue and white one?
No.
No.
I think it was red, Jimmy Derby got. Oh, good length ball here of Peter again. I'm sure there's a lot of people tuning in from the Midlands watching Pete.
2 good balls there on this mark. Very easy to send them tight there. Looks a decent road. All about his length now. Can't just tell from here.
No, Pete will never give a lot away. He just strolls around, has a quick look.
Still looking at him. Yeah, asking for measures.
Pete Williams is a great contributor to Talking Bowls website, by the way. And I'm sure there's a lot of his followers are following the link through Talking Bowls at the moment. Been a good year for Warwick Worcester as well, isn't it, Andrew? Won the county championship, the All England, the Junior All England, Waterloo title. It'd be nice going back down the M6, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that might be just one competition too far, really. But they've had a very impressive year. The county side, when you look at it, is magnificent, really. And the winning margin that they had in the final was no surprise, to be honest.
Warwick Worcester are a proper team. The best way I can describe them. They all play for one another, and and they could put out another 24 who could do very well as well. They got I see a lot of them, and a great quantity of quality players in Warwick Worcester. Good young players as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think they're benefiting from an awful lot of good young talent that's come through. It's really on a junior level. You're only looking at Warwick and Worcester and Yorkshire, really. I know in Manchester we're struggling, and North Lancs and Fylde, I think they actually ended up fielding short the last county game, so they're obviously doing something right. Or is there nothing else to do in the Midlands, Mel?
No, they've got a great bunch of young players, and of course the experience of the likes of the like people like Anthony Bracken and them amongst them. Quality. You can see them dominating the county side for a few years.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spotted Anthony in the crowd earlier. I must go and ask him how Birmingham went on last night.
John Kennish be disappointed he didn't make another there. So it's 9-7. John Kennish is a civil servant, 40 years of age now. And he reached the last 16 in 2009. So he's not unfamiliar with the green. I asked Pete Williams what his best achievement in bowls was, and he said, "This is it." But he has won, quite a number of tournaments over the years, a quality player.
Right.
Won the George, and that's the no mean feat. And just overcooked that one.
Well, John's certainly leading well, and it's his second ball that's just let him down at the minute, but he's made another, and that's in the way. He'll probably just try and save with this ball. I seem to remember John, I can't remember, it could have been that year he got to the last 16, he had to he came over and had to find digs at the last minute because he got through.
Well, good saver there again. At least Pete's just restricted him to singles at the moment.
Yeah, that's important. You can't see too many tunes that the game goes. Before you know it, it's all over. Very nice delivery though, isn't it? It's the sort of delivery I want.
Yeah, he strokes them out. Would be some achievement of someone for all the man to come over and win the Waterloo. That was, he'd get the freedom of the island, wouldn't he? Or something?
Very probably.
I'm sure there's a lot over there are watching John. I spoke to him last night, and he said a lot of people have, watch these live streams, and I'm sure they'll be willing him out. Good ball, Pete.
Very easy to hang them out here. If you give it too much to do, it just won't look at it. Like that. He's on a decent road with this, Mel. Just needs a length.
Just need to peg inside.
Oh.
Keep off that.
Don't think he's knocked him in.
Just edge it closer slightly, but yep, one to Peter. 8-10.
Going into the heavy hotel corner. Important you reach.
Yeah, I'm just surprised really at Peter. He played very well just across the middle of the green. I thought he may have headed for there. I think he's played a good bowl there.
Very good lead there.
Yeah, reeling. Ball, Pete. Peter's got a few spectators in the ground. There's a few from Birmingham have come up this morning and they realised he was here. I think there's a few sickies been having in Birmingham today.
They're being very quiet though. There's not been an awful lot of noise around the green yet. Apart from the trumpeter.
Right, line 2 good and it. If we're counting these, be all square. I think John might be considering having a fire. Yep. Playing through. Not sure Pete's quick enough to stop it, mind you. No. No.
Oh dear.
No, he didn't dive across to pull that one. Well, we're all square, 10 across.
I know, talking to a few people last night, they were sort of dismissing this game as it being a non-event. They couldn't see past John Kennish having a convincing win, but
now I know Pete Williams well, and you know he's won the George Masters and the Greville tournament, and the old Foden Classic. I remember these are all quality competitions. They are, Andrew, and he's a good competitor. I notice on his sheet here for hobbies he's put country pursuits. I'll have to ask him what that is. I don't know if he was a friend of Stan Collymores or anything. Well, he's not so bad here, good lead. Good bowl again, Pete.
I just think when you get to the last 8 of this event, you can't be dismissed like that. You've obviously played well to get this far. You deserve your place, and you've whoever beats you's got to play well, or certainly better than you do, and it's good to see.
Yeah, he got through. I remember I think I recall he beat Merseyside Steve Davis to go through, and there's some quality there, isn't there?
Well, certainly if you get into the third round of a comp and drawing Q, man, you're very fortunate. Ow.
Didn't realise Steve was behind you then, Andrew.
Oh. Lighting 2 decent balls here.
Nice to fart.
Yeah.
My save.
May not. Don't know. He doesn't give much away, does he?
Pete? No. Certainly not money.
Is that a Midlands thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm still waiting for my coffee. Just the one, 11-10. Still going a distance.
And we have sunshine. It's clearing up, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, obviously the clouds are coming in from a direction we can't actually see at the minute, and every now and again a big grey one comes overhead.
Well, what a good lead again here, Pete. Now he's really settled these last 3 ends, hasn't he? Playing good bowls.
What a great response. Yeah.
Yeah, good shot, John.
Well, let's give it a chance here, He's not so far off here, Done it for me. What a good ball that is.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
The secret is only play 15 games a season.
John's watching this as well. Nice little run.
2 very well played balls there by Peter.
He certainly looks unfazed completely, isn't he, Peter?
Yeah, he looks completely unflappable. He's settled. He's got himself a length. Yeah, he's playing very well indeed.
I'm sure he's a well-known coach and mentor in the Midlands. Gary Pennicott has been in touch with him and given some advice, which, if you got any sense, he would have ignored. Peter just slightly altered the mark a little bit now.
He's not altered his ball, unfortunately. It's just a yard past, not so bad.
Now John's better. Yeah, good ball, John. And again, Pete find one again like the last in.
With a chance, here, very close, you know. Licked it with a dead one. Oh, what a good ball that is.
Nice shot.
Oh, John will be wondering what he's got to do at the minute.
Well, he's played at it. Needs the rest just over the top.
He'll be thinking, well, John, this isn't supposed to be happening. The bookies are telling me that this guy's got no chance. What's going on?
Peter, quality player, doesn't play a lot, but he's just one of these, gets his bowls out. And as you said earlier, you know, he's playing here in front of a big crowd, biggest day of his career, and he's just playing as if he's having a game in the park.
There's a lot of head shaking going on in the crowd as well. I think John will have been in a lot of people's accumulators.
Well, it's 14-10.
Obviously it's not all over yet, but you'd rather be 14-10 up than 14-10 behind. It's not going to be so bad, just a yard short really. Going a long way though. John's further. Might be too far as daft as it sounds. Yeah, gone out.
Pete just needs to improve. I don't think he's going to get away with that one.
Oh, he's probably just a ball to back as well. A yard short and a ball to back. And no, this won't alter anything. You'd expect John to get him. This has had a bad.
You would think, but
it's had a bad trip.
Yeah, not sent it.
Well, it's had a bad. I'm not sure whether he didn't send it or whether it got a bad trip. It had a couple of bobbles over the middle. He's got away with that one.
15-10. Just remind everybody today that total prize money £15,000, Andrew, thanks to sponsorship from the owners, Peter Flynn and Nick Lowe. It's tremendous. See the prize money up to that level, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. It should be the biggest prize in the game. It's for me, it's the biggest event, and it should have prize money to match that status.
Yeah, the winner today picks up £2,500. Nice pickup. I was talking to Brian Duncan last night, who was saying that when he won it in heyday, it was £3,000 first prize. Huh?
Yeah, I think the year I won it, they knocked it down from 3,000 to 2,500. So it's the same first prize now as it was in 1997.
Yeah.
Which you take into account inflation, etc. It's not so good, but better than it has been.
Oh, John Kennish played a good bowl there. Now can Pete find another one? Play some real good second bowls. Well, he's not a million miles
Decent
away
pace.
again. Just win it, can he win on the length, can he? Just pegged up.
Just tight, I think. Just tight, but again, a very good length. Oh, that's come out bad. Took a big bobble.
Can't reach.
It's almost like in parts of the green, the skidding. As soon as you get contact with the floor, the skidding out, and it's taking all the pace off.
Yeah, one Kennish, 11-15. And John will be relieved to get that jack back in his hand.
Yeah, he's just had a nice little break there. Was it 10-7?
Yeah. I hope all the viewers are picking up this live stream today. Certainly the quality we can see on the monitor here in the studio is very good. Just to congratulate Covergae media team, the technician, they're doing a great job here. And of course the sponsors for this live stream, Flow Fit, Jennings Bet, and the owners of the Waterloo have stumped up the money for we can get this out to a wider audience. Andrews, give this a chance.
Well, it's actually a bit better for him now. He's given himself a big chance with his next ball.
And what does John do? He can't afford to play up, turn Pete over twice and it's in.
It's one of those. I always think you've got to try and get behind the jack in positions like this, because the guy's not going to be short with his second ball, so you can try and put it in the way, but the chances of doing that are fairly slim. But you always have it in the back of your mind, you might knock him in if you reach.
Try to cover it.
Yeah. It's actually probably a good guide for him now. He knows if he just misses that ball, he'll count the end. He's played it. Big chance,
give it
just
a chance.
back.
Just right ball, wrong result.
Yeah, he was probably being very critical here, but he was probably just 2 yards too far. If it had just been a yard overplayed, he would have turned his own ball in, but that's been very critical.
12-15. And John's short in the length right down there. Playing finger peg round the crown. Good lead.
Yeah, very good lead. It's probably 18 inch short. Oh, but it looks closer on the mat. Well, there's a good road here, you know. Needs a hit. It's gone out, I think.
Yeah, the referee's pointed to John Kennish's ball. This is not short.
If he hits his own, he ends up with 2 decent bowls. And it's arguably a lot better position for him now. It's can't just get to the jack like he could before. Having a good think about it. Played through, looking for any connection. Oof.
Well, took one out.
Yeah. You just had to hope for a bit of fortune there when the jack moved. He just didn't get a proper connection on it.
I mean, Peter probably be satisfied with that at the end, really, just get one of them out. It's an awkward lie there, Andrew, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I suppose he could have rambled through on the thumb peg, but you're guessing the road as well as pace there. So, yeah, cutting the count was arguably best he could have hoped for.
Under the gun lead of John, he's just played some good lead last 3 ends.
I wanted to hit that full then, but he's 18 inch at the side. Peter will probably think he can lick that with his eyes closed at the minute. He has
done.
Looks tight as John now. Tight, short, everything wrong with this.
Big chance for a double here for Peter. Who in the Midlands is more affectionately known as Spook.
Yeah, I've heard that nickname, yeah.
Amongst other nicknames. Yeah, good too there, Peter. Yeah, it's got the trumpeter going. 17-13. Just having to think about it, Pete. One thing you won't do with Pete Williams, you won't rush himself.
Won't finish so bad this. Yeah, again, maybe 2 feet off, just that little bit short.
Well, this one's far enough.
Yeah, certainly further. Needs a hit now.
Yeah. Ball
Just
stopped
gone
in.
past. Well, the way he's been playing, he'll lick those no problem. He needed that hit though. He was going out missing.
You give it a chance, didn't he?
He did. Now he's give John something to think about here. There is a shot on to make 2. Striking at it.
Some power behind that. Turned his back on it too.
On his own.
Took his own out.
On his own. It looked like he slipped then when he sent that.
19-13, Pete Williams.
Wow. This is a massive upset at the moment. Absolutely massive. But he's deserved to be in this position. I'm not taking anything away from Peter. He's played very, very well. Excellent performance, really.
I don't know if you saw the live draw, Andrew, but when we did it, we went through the 8s to who we thought could get to the final day. And the 8 that Peter come through, we said there it was wide out. Any player that can just string 2 or 3 days can find themselves in a Waterloo final day, and that's exactly what Pete Williams has done.
Yeah. He's been very impressive as well. He's played some brilliant second balls and he's made some excellent leads, and he's not let anything bother him. He's not let the condition of the green or anything affect him. He's just got on and played, and it's worked wonders for him. He's going to be lying game in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, he just needs to compose himself, get this one in the frame, and he can find himself in a Waterloo semi-final. Well, certainly he's made another.
Yeah, it's a good one. Where the jack is, they're not bad balls at all. Very easy to stick them out.
John's ball's on its way already.
There's a better length. Better length, can't fault it yet. Yeah. Pressure ball that, really.
14-19. Peter got 1 foot in the semis then, Andrew. You finally got your coffee as well, Andrew?
I got my coffee, I've drunk it, it was very nice. Yes. That's the first free coffee I've ever had. I can't actually see this jack now, Mel.
Just stopped on the edge of the green. I can just catch it. There's about a foot or so of grass behind it. And John Kennish is 2 yards short. A big opportunity for Peter there. Must pass that bowl.
Yeah, just gone in. I can see it on the monitor now. He's just scrambled in. Certainly high enough. Can't see the jack. Oh yes.
That's won it.
It's a good ball there. Excellent ball. There's a shot for game. Plenty of pace in it. Might not. No, he's over the top of John's. Big effort this. What a ball this is. What a ball that is.
Won it. Great ball.
Fantastic ball. I think I'd have been running across the green, punching the air at that. But,
no, Pete's not got a run in him.
No.
Yeah, tremendous shot. Particularly the jack right on the edge of the green as well, where it was. A good second bowler. John Kennish is there.
Well, John was an excellent ball. Even his lead, although it was 2 yards short, it was a hard part of the green to play a length into. That.
All but 14.
Three-quarter corners, finger peg. You're looking for anything within a yard of the jack here, just to put some pressure on. Looks like he's going to be about that. Maybe just over, maybe 5 feet. Johns is a lot further back. He'll run straight now, go out.
Pete must improve. I can't see him getting away with that one.
No.
Needs a better bowl.
John's not really settled into a length here. He started off fairly well and then just really struggled for a length.
More in this one. Better here. Not a lot. Just pass it. Barely the same. John's bowl's on his way. Gets him away quick.
Yeah, very quick player. All he needs is a yard out. He's missed them. Can he bit her back?
It's stuck out.
Oh.
I think it's all over.
All over. Can't believe he's got away
Williams too.
with them. Brilliant performance.
What a win there for Pete Williams. This really is a fairy tale, but I've said to her all along, Pete Williams, a quality player.
Yeah.
Yeah, great one, well done. Really pleased for Pete.
He looks very happy.
He's a West Bromwich Albion fan, what do you expect? Well done, Pete Williams. Bad luck to John Kennish. I know John will be very disappointed. I had a chat with him yesterday, and I know he was hoping to have a good run in the competition, but he just didn't really string the pace together. Pete came up with the real crucial bowls, didn't he? At the right time.
He did. He's not just played his game, hasn't John? There, he'll be very disappointed, and unfortunately for him, it's a very long way back to the Isle of Man.
Yeah. So that's the third. The next game, the last game on with the two youngsters, 23-year-old Thomas Lowndes and 22-year-old Wayne Ditchfield. So after a short break, we'll be back with those, and we'll be having a word shortly with Pete Williams and John Kennish.
Well, Gary, you've been here for many times. Tell us a bit about the players who are just having a practice now.
Well, I mean, on this heat here, you would, I don't know much about Thomas. He's obviously done very well to get this far, and he's obviously a good player. Wayne will have far more experience on this green, so I think it's fair that Wayne's a strong favourite. But you never know on here. You never know. The one thing that Thomas must keep doing today, I'd say, is to try and keep reaching. Because it's very, very easy here. Final day, first time. You can just sort of feel, well, I don't want to buzz one through and have all the crowd shouting at me, and this is a green, particularly when it's this kind of going, where you want to be keeping passing the jack and then adjust from there if you can, rather than the other way around. So it's a very, very interesting game, partly because I don't know much about him.
Yeah, I've just been stood on the balcony having a chat with him, and he's very carefree. He's only got 2 bowls like I have.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
I mean, that's the best way to be. So,
And it really is a little and large. This is.
Yeah, I just noticed Wayne's put himself down here as 22.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, it's amazing with Wayne actually, because he's. You feel like he's older than that because he's been around for so long now. He started playing in tournaments probably when he was 16. So you have you sort of think, well, he's late 20s, but of course you forget how young he is, and he's a tremendous player.
Yeah. Nice lad as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember talking or coming up here, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And people thought then, he's never 15. He's never.
No.
Yeah.
Man, he's had a dodgy start here. 2 down, I think. Yeah, 1 short and 1 through. So it was a good start for him.
Absolutely.
Good, first time. You sort of, first time, and probably Wayne's played in front of more crowds and
bigger crowds.
And bigger crowds, and he's got him first end, so that'll settle him down a bit.
I just said, what's your plan? What's your thoughts?
Put him near the jack.
Yeah. He said, I haven't really got one. He said, I am aware of his striking, on shortish marks. And other than that, he said, I'm just going to try and put him closer than him.
Played a good ball here again, Alan.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with
Great
that.
lead.
What you will see here, I think, is if Wayne does get in, I certainly think he'll go a distance here.
Yeah. I don't know whether that's. I think that's just crawled out.
I don't know whether that's won it or gone or what. It's he's not asked, so the ref's not been over to say to have a look. Something wrong with this. to wide. Wayne's played this with just a bit of pace.
It turned over as well.
Looks tight. He is tight. Yeah, 1.
So, how far did you get in this time round, Gary?
Me, I lost third round to Alakeeps, and I got 19, but I was lucky to get that many, to be honest.
Were you really?
Yeah. He absolutely hammered me for 3/4 of the game, and then I got back in and then threw a bad ending when I didn't need one, but I didn't deserve to win. He played miles better than I did. The green was a lot different than this, though.
Yeah.
All of these patches you can see were burnt, and it was fast but quite patchy as well, so it was difficult to play, to be fair, but probably not as difficult as I made it look on the day. Yard short.
Wayne's got a peen line.
Yeah, this looks... Could he get by? Yeah. Yeah, decent bowl that.
A bit heavier this way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You can, in terms of pace, coming up towards the stand and going back away from it, it's definitely a yard different. Give this a chance. Oh, don't know. No, it's probably gone out, hasn't it? There's just a bit of finish here and there, isn't there? Now, you're watching the balls come across and you're thinking, well, no, this, and they seem to be pulling dead the last couple of days, but it's not fast, obviously, but there's just a bit of finish where balls that look like they might stay in, they're just going out at times, and that wasn't happening on Saturday or or Monday or yesterday. So
earlier on today. The green now with the sun's come out.
I think it's dried off a bit.
Yeah, green's changing all the time.
Yeah, Wayne's looking at what corners to go for here.
Such a big lad as well. His delivery's effortless.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we're looking around the corner here. He's about two yards from the corner of the green.
Yeah, he's played a good bowl, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, decent lead that.
Yeah, but quite a fast mark this in relation to the rest of the green. So they do just finish a little bit into this corner. Good effort.
Can't quite see because the refs.
Refs in the way, walls in the way, everything's in the way. Looks a bit low. That's an important bowl for him to beat, actually, because it's stopping Wayne getting in the corners. And that's going to be a big test in this game when he does, or if he does. You're not certain to. Of course, you've got to count to get to that position.
Yeah. Well, heavy waft there.
Yeah, it's a good effort. Just died, but it was a well played ball, really. Another foot in it, and he'd made 2.
Well, a game that's just gone. Andy Buckley's game. He seemed to struggle early on, and then he really drifted into his game, and then it was almost like the game sort of passed by. And he was through.
Good ball again here. Well, I thought Andy played very well. I thought the first game was a very good game. I thought with Jimmy and Jason, I thought Andy played very, very well. He played the right game. Same game as he played yesterday. 25 yards.
Yeah.
Just going around the green, going in and out of different patches of water in terms of, the water that was still around then.
Yeah.
And he's put them near, and you're always going to get your opponent struggling if you do that.
Yeah. He's a real old on here, though, isn't he, Andy?
I remember being stood in this stand with Andy 20 years ago, and every ball that's going up, he's telling me he should turn his peg here. This is an heavy mark. This is a quick mark. Don't get to back here. Don't get don't get underneath and all that kind of stuff. Played 2 good balls here. Wayne will play through at these.
He has.
Chance. Oof, gap.
Well. Well, this year, is it one for the, his so-called underdog?
Well, 11-6. It's a nice cushion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still early, but Wayne won't want him to be getting much further clear than this. But to be fair, he's playing well. He's playing on his own length, but he's putting them near. And if you keep doing that, you've a chance, haven't you?
Yeah. I was just talking to him, where he's been, what club he's playing for, county-wise, and he said, I've never played for Merseyside.
No.
He said he played for a reserve side or something similar, played once, won 21-4, and never asked again.
Yeah, he's, as I say, we just don't know much about him.
No.
Just don't know much about him. He's, whether he's just playing a fantastic week that's a one-off, I don't know. But maybe the thing is about the people you don't know, they may actually be very good players. Just because they don't play in tournaments doesn't mean they can't bowl.
Yeah.
Who's to say? I always say this with the All England, that there'll be a lot of players there that you won't know, but are very, very, very good players, and they're the ones that are the value, because if they did play in tournaments, they'd probably win quite a few of them.
There is a numerous amount of people that don't particularly like tournaments.
Yeah.
But good bowl there, by the way.
Good ball there.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see Wayne now going to the pub corner. Pretty confident that's where he'll be going. Heavy mark.
Yeah, you're saying about the All England. People have only entered their county merit.
Because it's local.
That's right.
Yeah.
Get into the finals, and these are very unknown players.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of good players. For different reasons, whether it's geography, whether it's family, whether it's job. Who can't be out playing in 3 or 4 tournaments every weekend. And, it doesn't mean they're any worse a player than some of the lads that do.
Some just get really into it, and that's what they do.
See, Wayne's just caught him here. He's Wayne's short himself. He'll have been disappointed with his lead, but he's caught him here on a heavy grinding kind of mark. This is further.
I'm going to see Wayne now, running bowls in. There was a bit of a stamp there. I always like to see a bit
short.
I always like to see a bit of stamping.
Short. He's caught him here.
He has.
Yeah, short. The thing is, as well, I know from experience as well, when he thought he was far enough then, and it's just a case on here of getting them there.
Yeah.
So big test for him now. Wayne's certain to go for the full corners and see
what he's made of.
He does well. He's. I always remember years back. I think it was Roy Armson saying to me that to win here you've got to play in the corners at some stage. You're not going to get through 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games without somebody taking in the corners and somebody putting them around the bout and you having to play decent bowls. So.
Well,
doesn't look so bad.
No, decent lead here. Couple of foot away.
Yeah, it's a length really, isn't it? It's not a bad bowl.
No.
This looks far enough to me. Is it too far? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good effort really. He's just at least he's sent it and passed the jack. If he keeps doing that, then he'll give himself a chance.
Yeah.
I think
people realise on this green as well, it's got the stadium around it. It's a very, very big green.
It is.
The stadium does close it down a little bit. Take the stadium away, massive green.
Yeah, you're right. And I think the thing is, he's played a good bowl here. Decent bowl here. Yeah, good ball. I think the thing is as well that when it is holding like this, it plays a really big green as well.
Yeah.
Good effort with this.
Is it going to get?
It's a great effort. I don't know whether it's saved one. I'm not sure.
Great effort. The old saying though, short when you're down.
Well, no, but he couldn't just be be rambling through at those. He's played the right bowl. He's taken something out. He had to try and play a dead bowl. He's just sometimes I have a different view than a few others. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with being short, depending on what kind of bowl you're trying to play. If you're trying to play a bowl where you're a yard over and you're short, then it's no good. But if you're trying to play a dead un, you've got to risk being 2 feet short in order to You know, otherwise you're just going to be too far and go out. So he has saved one, so it's a good ball.
Yeah.
It's a good ball.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Gary. There's so many players. They see the first thing that's into their mind is just play through the end. At least I wasn't short.
Yeah, it depends on how they lie. It depends on how they lie. You know, if you're looking at something that's a foot wide, you've got plenty to aim at. You know, you're going to be unlucky if you get the gap. You know, you can hit the jack or the blocking count, then you should always be up. But if you're looking at something like that, you know, you couldn't just be going 3 yard over at those balls. You know, you're gonna lose more games than you otherwise would if you start doing that.
Yeah.
This is a tough mark. This heavy mark. Grinds all the way up to the jack here. Wayne's played a good ball.
Yeah.
That's a good ball there. Doesn't want that back.
No.
It's actually a good effort. This. I don't know if it's just going to come round the corner or whether it's just going to, it's just come round the corner in the end. Yeah.
A couple of foot short, really, wasn't it?
It's just slightly short again, but it's not the worst ball you've ever seen on that.
No.
Mark.
You're right, it catches a lot of people coming up to the pub corner.
Yeah, it's all uphill, and there's just a little bit of finish when you get there, but you know you're better off playing up than anything else on to here.
Well,
that looks short to me.
He's running after this, but
this looks short. It is short. Right. Yeah.
Be disappointed with that.
Yeah, he'll have been looking to pile the pressure on there, make another. So he's giving him a free.
Oh, he hasn't got this out at all.
Well, he's short.
This took a right.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's on the jack.
He says.
Yeah, it is as well.
Hey, Gary, I can call it, can't I?
Good ball, lad.
Yeah.
Great ball.
Dear me. I'll turn the mic off now, I think. He got a right rough
it's
ride
probably
out,
It's probably a good job he did.
Yeah. Been in the pub.
Yeah. Well, Wayne's got himself back into the game here, though, so he'll be pleased with that. You know, from a position where he's 11-6 down, the next time he's he's not got the jack, he's got to 10. So, you know, he's in the game now.
Likes these marks, sort of.
This looks too far to me, Alan. Yeah. Yeah, he's buzzed it through going downhill. This isn't too far.
Well.
Bit of nerves, I think, there from both of them.
Yeah.
This is better. This looks okay to me.
Yeah.
Now, if this is only one, Wayne will either strike or he'll play fast through at that and try and hit it out far enough to make two if it's only one. I think it is only one. Yeah. He'll play very fast through at it, I think. He's even... No, he's not. I'm surprised.
That's a strange ball.
I'm surprised at that. Yeah. I'd have thought he'd have played it at such a pace so that, you know, if he does bash it, he's knocking it far enough to make two, and he's played a slower ball than that, and he's just slightly misjudged it.
See, his home club is at St Joseph's. Won the what do you call yours, Super League up here?
Yeah, the Manchester. Yeah, I mean the Taylor Bowl Super League. I think. I mean they played the best team by a mile this year. Best team by a mile, and all of their players were in very, very good form as well.
Yeah.
You know, which obviously helps. And they beat us. Our team has won it for the last couple of years. We had 3 winners at home and 2 winners away, you know,
Honestly.
so fair play, you know. What a good lead.
Yeah, Super League.
What a good lead, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to him outside. You know, when you think back 4 or 5 years ago, St Joseph's were going to drop out the league. Lack of interest, players.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you got some interest, a few of the, you know, Cumbria lads, Ian, Nick, and
Yeah,
Martin coming and playing for them.
yeah. And they're travelling a long way, those lads. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. You know, I've tried to do that myself this year in a league in Yorkshire, and you know, in the end, I just couldn't continue to do it. You know, so
Yeah.
but you know, fair play. He's got another here.
He has.
What a good ball.
Excellent
Good two, lad. Real two. Big ball this now.
Well, it's been playing.
Yeah, Wayne will play into these. There's a chance. Got rid of one. Bit unlucky, really.
Yeah. Right, 14-10 to Thomas. I presume he'll go.
Well, if he keeps playing like this, he can win the game.
He
You know,
can.
it's whether he can keep it up, and particularly later on as you get nearer the finishing line, it's whether he can keep it up. But if he keeps playing like this,
Yeah.
Fair
play to him.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair there, Wayne's took him in the corners and he's played two decent bowls down into the quicker corner where they were going finger pegging, and then he's beat a good bowler Wayne's coming back, so
he's playing his own stuff.
Yeah, that was potentially where we weren't sure about him, and he's produced 3 out of 4 good bowls, so
Let's
give him a chance here though. Yeah, he's give him a chance here.
This is where he really wanted to pile the pressure on here.
Yeah.
Open up the scoring. Wayne hasn't really been. I think might have just got in, but
He just made it, but it's not a good, and he's disappointed with that again, Wayne. There.
well, just composing himself.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Take your time.
I think what he's doing, I've noticed him a few times now. He's waiting until Wayne's got out of his eye.
Yeah.
He's a big lad.
He's
to get out
better
of his
here.
eye.
He's certainly better here. Good ball.
Yeah.
Good ball. If that's only one, I think Wayne will strike at that. He's not sure.
Looks well in that bowl, doesn't it? Yeah. It's called it now. It's only one.
Yeah. He's played a fast play through. He's not.
Doesn't like it.
No. That was a pace that I thought he'd have played the previous
Yeah.
bowl at.
Enough just to punch his bowl out.
Yeah.
Stuns his own bowl to stay within a distance.
Correct. The aim would have been to punch his out to leave,
Yeah.
far enough so that your other one counts, rather than just the one that you've sent.
Well, 15-10.
15-10, so he's gone back to 5 in front. As I say, it's just whether he can keep it up. But if he keeps playing like this, he'll go over the line here. There's no danger. It's whether he can keep it up. Playing a simple mark, but sometimes that's all you need to do on here. You don't need to play the hardest mark on the green.
No.
Not so bad on a lengthwise. Is he just too low? He is just low, yeah.
Decent length.
Yeah, perfect length.
He reminds me a little bit of. Remember David May?
Yeah,
Junior.
yeah.
Same stature, similar bowling action. Watching him as when he qualified for the Champion of Champions as a junior.
He beat me that day, yeah.
Did
he
he?
lost in the final, yeah. He beat me in the semi-final. Tell you what, it's a good effort. This is just too low. Yeah. No, although it's a good effort, that he's probably gifted him another ear. In a way, the bowl there was probably to try and get one around about.
And a
Try
player
and
of Wayne's
cut the
experience.
count down.
Yeah, he's capitalised on it.
Yeah. So I think Wayne will probably try the other corners now. I think he'll go thumb peg down into the toilet corner. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done.
What pace is that corner then to the others?
Well, basically, anything going away from the stand is a bit downhill.
Yeah.
Basically, so it's not quick, obviously today, but this would be a. If we're comparing uphill marks with downhill marks, this would be a downhill mark,
Yeah.
not a massive downhill mark, but a downhill mark.
Yeah.
So.
He's left that here. The yard short.
Has he reached? Has he reached? Not reached.
Okay.
Not
The
reached.
crowd don't like it.
Yeah. Wayne just wants to put a yard in now. I think he will do as well. He's certainly got some in. Certainly got some in for me.
It's a clear here.
Yeah, good ball. Good adjustment, that.
Yeah. Well, really needs to at least save here.
It's a good effort, you know.
Is he just on the top?
Is it in the back of him, I think? Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good effort. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Wayne dropped his shoulder a little bit then.
So suddenly there, 15-10's become 14. You know,
Yeah.
2-2 was probably exactly what he didn't want at that stage. But
I think we called the shot again there at 15-10. If he can get away here, always
Yeah.
puts the mockers on somebody.
yeah, you about right for me that. This is a tough mark. Thumb peg into this corner, coming right up the middle of the ridge here. Tough mark, both pegs are where the jack is actually. Wayne doesn't like it.
Waving it, he wants it to peg.
Not so bad.
Yeah, and he's a couple of foot short, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's not a good one actually. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be.
So what's you've had a little bit of an injury, Gary, this year? What's
I just nothing. It's not a major thing. I just he's left it again here. I just did it striking. I did it earlier in the year, not too bad, and played on with it. But then I did it worse about 3 weeks ago, so I had to have 2 or 3 weeks off. But it's all right now. It's not 100%, but it's good enough to play. So let's get on with it. Don't believe in making excuses, mate. Just, you know what I mean? Just get on with the game. If you can't play, then don't play.
Yeah.
Good ball, the other peg.
Yeah. Dead length bowl.
Yeah. Now then he must reach. He's tight.
He is, isn't
He's
he?
tight. Something wrong with this. Something wrong with this. 2.
That's an awful ball, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do quite a bit of running. And,
Yeah.
I ran in a half marathon on Sunday, Lake Vyrnwy, and I've injured my right knee. And we had a rearranged match Monday, and put any pressure on it, I played like a fool, even more worse than normal.
Really.
And it just shows you sometimes when you are injured, you know, take a week out or something rather than.
That's what I've had to do in the end. That's what I've had to do. I tried to play on with it, but I just couldn't. So, you know, I've had a couple. I'm all right now. A couple of weeks off, and it's a bit of physio and what have you. And it's all right, but you don't know what to do for the best sometimes. Whether just to continue with it or whether to,
Well,
you know,
your
give
team
it a
want you
rest.
to play, don't they? And
I know.
trying to finish off the season, and well, this is let's see.
Now then. Well, he likes this. I think he thinks he's played a good one here.
I mean, I think this is the first.
He has. He has played a good one.
Yeah, good lead.
Just gone slightly over, but it's a decent ball.
I think this is the first time Ditchy's been in front here. 16-15. Has he reached?
Yeah, I think he has. You know, I might be wrong. I think he has though. Don't know. It just got a bit of a bobble. That he's unlucky there.
Shaking his
Yeah,
head.
yeah, it has just died. Difficult ball for Wayne here now though, because that that looks bang in the way. You've just got to hope you get by it. You can't start thinking, well, I'll play it a bit wider, and it won't have it today.
No.
So you've either just got to go for one and turn his peg. Actually, just hope you get by it. I don't think this has reached, has it? No, sure.
No.
It's just put him off there. You know, the
Yeah.
position that ball's finished in has just made him think, what do I do here? Well, this is too far. I don't know whether it can hit. Don't think it can.
Right, Ditchfield, 17-15.
Yeah, so from 15-10 the game's turned around completely here.
Yeah. So, have you got any more comps and whatever to play in now?
I've one or two left. I've got something this Friday and something on Saturday, and then not too much after that, to be honest. No, I had to miss a few, you see. So
Yeah. And then obviously champions.
many I've been playing. I probably wouldn't have qualified in them anyway. So. Yeah, champion of champions on here. 2 week on Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I always enjoy that weekend.
Well, no, he's just caught. No, I thought that was on a road, and it's perfect length. He wasn't far off the road if he was off the road at all.
So finger peg coming back up this way. If you are slightly tight, it will peg to the
Well,
bank.
with the position of the jack there, you've just got to be spot on, basically, because you can get underneath as well.
Does it stop?
No, it's gone out. It's gone out. Yeah, dead length way. If you get the jack a couple of yards to the right, it's a much easier mark, really. But just where it is there, you saw with Wayne's first bowl there, it's just nipped up. But you can't put them down any. If you get 2 back, this is narrow. This is definitely narrow. If you get 2 back, they won't have it.
Yeah, he's stamping on a.
Yeah, it's narrow for man that, and it was never on a road from when he let it go. And that's narrow
as well.
Don't think it can hold. I'll be amazed if it holds and wins it. Yeah.
Maybe saved.
Yeah, I think it's only
Okay.
one. Pretty sure it's only one. So after what you've seen, after finding a couple of good bowls early on, he's just played a couple of loose ends, really, hasn't he, in the corners. Not ridiculously loose ends, but he played a poor end coming back up here last time, and he's unlucky last end, really.
Yeah.
One good bowl and one playthrough that just missed, but then he's played an indifferent end again here, and
Yeah, just that little bit of experience of Wayne as well. An experience on the green.
experience on the green. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh no, it's two. Yeah.
1915.
Deceiving that. Deceiving.
He, Thomas shook his head there as he looked across it, as though he didn't really fancy it, but shouted for measures just to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, Wayne requiring 2. Take him into the semi-final.
Yep, same mark, finger peg. Probably just gone a little bit further with the jack, I think, this time.
Yeah, this guy with the trumpet, it actually adds a little bit of.
That's good.
Doesn't it?
It's good,
But
yeah.
if he was blowing it all the time, I think. it might be
He's
a bit
doing
of
it.
a
He's not interfering with anyone, is he, or anything? No, it's good. Yeah. He's from Manchester, I think. I think he did a league game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And said it was good, so they probably convinced him to come here today.
Yeah. Ditchy was telling me he's some friend of Stu Kenyon's.
Is he? Right. Has he reached, Alan? Has he reached?
No. That's a good yard short.
Yeah, they're pointing to Wayne as if Wayne's in, so again it's finished in a dodgy position that for Wayne, and the turn at where that jack is, the turnover thumb peg is a difficult turnover. So I think at 15-19 I think I'd go for another and take the risk, but I'm not sure Wayne is.
I think that ball wasn't there.
I think he's going to turn his peg here again. Yeah, he has done. Good effort actually, road wise. This
took a few bumps.
Good effort road wise. It's unlucky that. It's unlucky. Difficult road to find that, and he's found it. It's just a yard short, really.
Yeah. They've signalled it's only one.
Again, it's the same thing. Has he reached? If he's reached, there's a chance, but I'm not sure he has.
Doesn't look like it.
Looks a bit nearer than his other one. Yeah, Wayne signal one.
Well, back you got to presume back up this corner.
Oh yeah,
There's
no danger where he's going. The only question is what peg will he go. And I think he's thinking about that himself now.
Yeah. You can see it on his face.
Yeah.
There.
Do I go finger? Because when he came thumb, he probably played 2 better bowls, and he did finger although he counted last time. He won't have been happy with the. He might just try and get the jack in a different position here, I think. See what he does. No, he's come finger and he's put it. He's gone for the difficult slot here again. Just a bit of peg on this mark, but you can get narrow, you can get to wide. You've nothing to play with really.
No. Yeah, he's waving it across.
He's not going to do all of that. Not a Dafton.
No.
Today, boy, it's just I'll say it's a difficult route to find in this. Very difficult route to find in.
Well, look at Thomas's last end up here. Both bowls were 6-8 foot away.
And I think here, with where that jack's finished, if he was playing somebody perhaps that knew the green a bit better, they'd actually turn the peg. He's found it here though. He's hit it. Good ball, lad.
So he called it again there.
Yeah.
He hasn't played it well down in this corner. Straight on it.
No, I said he'd found it that time.
Yeah.
But see, Wayne's turned his peg. He says there's a bit of extra green knowledge here. Wayne will know that where that jack is now, it's an easier peg in thumb. Good effort.
Does it quite get?
Just going to peg.
Well, not even the stamp.
It's a good effort. It's a good bowl. I mean, that's a good bowl because although it's not won it, there's a good chance that'll cut the count down.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're flying through at it, trying to beat it sort of too aggressively, the key here is don't be giving cheap twos away, particularly when you're 20-15 up.
Nothing for this.
It has cut the count down.
Yeah.
So there's a good second bowl away.
He'd be frightened of knocking him in as well.
Yeah, correct. Well, there probably wasn't a lot of danger of that really, but just keep what you don't want to do now is go 2 down. If you're going down, try and restrict it to 1 if you can.
Right finger. About 30 metres?
Yep. He's walking after it as if he likes it. Doesn't look so bad. Just squeeze. It's not a Dafton though.
No, probably slipped a couple of foot.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want it back. Just composing himself, Wayne, is one of the things he does very well. He takes his time, and I like players that do that. I don't like players that can't get rid of the bowls fast enough at times.
Who did that? Jason Jones.
Yeah.
No.
Correct. Good ball.
He could reply. Yeah.
Good ball.
Well, there's pressure on now.
Yeah. Well, he's got to try and take a couple of foot out now, which is very, very difficult to do on here. See if he can do it.
Well.
It's a good effort,
Well. Done it.
What a good ball. What a good
Under
ball.
pressure. Fantastic.
What a good ball.
Well, a couple of shots here.
Well, your bowl here is either 2 feet over or 4 yard over. So if you hit that jack, you want to be hitting it either off or at a point where the ball you've sent is going to follow it through and count. If you play this at the wrong pace, if you hit the jack, you actually won't count. Obviously, if you hit the ball, you will count.
Yeah. Well, he's a couple of yards over, isn't he? Missed it. Well,
yeah.
Fair play there.
To be honest, at that pace, I'm not sure he'd have counted. If he'd have hit it, if it had ricocheted onto the back bowl, he might have done. But I think it'd have just pushed the jack through, and the ball wouldn't have followed it far enough.
And he had up to the furthest bowl.
Yeah, but he's only 1 down, so in a way, you didn't want to be doing anything daft there and ending up being 2 down. That's the last thing you needed.
Yeah.
So.
Right, thumb peg back into this corner.
Yeah, I've not seen him play this mark actually. He's played more over the middle, so.
Roughly the same, just slightly less, just under.
I'm just going to say that looks wide, but it's not so bad actually. Slightly wide.
Yeah.
Not a Dafton. It's not the worst bowl you've ever seen. Wayne will be thinking, if I can beat that first bowl, then again I'm the worst position is I'm cutting the count down.
Yeah.
He has beat it as well. Good ball.
Yeah.
Good ball.
Yeah, excellent ball. Just in front of it as well.
Yeah. He's going to have to go for the jack here, I think. or a striker. But I don't know. I've not seen him strike much, Tom. So I don't know whether he's a lad that strikes much or not. Good effort.
And do you know what?
Good effort. I think it's just going to hang out. Yeah, just hung out. Yeah.
She's happy with that.
Yeah.
He punched the air there. I think he got him worried a little bit there.
Well, he's come back, hasn't he? And played a couple of good bowls at the end. But what's cost him the game there was that run from 15-10. Probably a little bit of inexperience, Alan, but he's played through at a bowl at 15-10 and gambled. And if your gamble comes off, fine. But he's given him a cheap 2. Then he's played 2 or 3 poor ends, and that's just been the difference in the game. But generally, he's acquitted himself very, very well.
He has.
Well,
fair play to the young lad, or both of them really. I mean, 23 and 22 years old respectively.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're more experienced on the green. Wayne Ditchfield's now got himself into the semi-final.
Yeah, agreed. And an interesting game against Pete Williams, who's hardly sent any bowls apparently, but he's played well, hasn't he? Very well.
I mean, again, unbelievable. I was talking to him outside on the balcony, and he's played about 20 competitive games this year.
Yeah.
He's now in the semi-final of the Waterloo.
Yeah.
Not a care in the world,
No.
Really hasn't.
No. Fair play to him. Fair play.
Anyway, Gary, I'm going to pass back over to Bell here.
Okay.
All right. Speak to you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.